What is that? Oh, it's a ghost Pokemon. Or is it? Hello, learners. Welcome to Trick Science. Ever wonder what ghost Pokemon really are, despite them being, plain old ghosts? Well, I'm here to tell you that they're not quite the simple ghosts that many believe, and we're going to get to the bottom of this mystic mystery. Before we reveal what ghost Pokemon truly are, let's begin with a few points of why they're not actually ghosts. Ghosts are commonly defined as being an apparition or disembodied soul that have yet to move on. They range anywhere from being invisible to taking a realistic form and can exist as residual hauntings that don't interact with or even seem to be aware of the living, as often good-intentioned messengers, or as the feared poltergeist that can directly interact with the living, usually in a bothersome to dangerous manner. So we've at least crossed out ghost Pokemon as being 2 of the 3 possible ghosts, but what about poltergeists? I mean, they do tend to act in a very poltergeisty manner whenever we see them, messing with people's belongings, playing pianos, and full-on licking people. Many ghost Pokemon are also rumored, via 10-year-olds walking around filling out their respective professors' Pokédexes, to once have been human and were reborn as a specific ghost-type Pokemon. However, ghost Pokemon do go well beyond the bounds of conventional poltergeists, acting more like living creatures, as quite a lot of them are noted to feed on the lives of the people they come across. I mean, look at Gengar, who steals the souls of people and goes so far as to hide in the dark corners of houses, just waiting for its chance to catch its unsuspecting prey. These seem to be the actions of animals with pretty frightening powers, who need to find some form of nourishment so they can continue on. Animals that have ended up having scary folktales written about them that serve as warnings to people. But can we really trust these urban legends? I mean, come on, some of the Pokédex entries seem like scary stories that parents just made up to keep their kids in line. But even if this is all Pokédex hoo-ha, and them being able to more fully interact with the world of the living doesn't disqualify them as being ghosts, then maybe this will prove to be more useful. Ghost Pokemon, just like every other living Pokemon in the world, can breed. In every Pokemon game that's been released to date, all ghost Pokemon have been able to breed with any compatible Pokemon of the same age group, resulting in a hatchling of the female's type, such as 2 Haunters to get a Ghastly, Gengar and a Candle, Ghastly and a Sea-Slug, a Balloon and a Chandelier, or anyone with that very enticing glob of jello. Just like all other Pokemon, ghost types can also be captured in Pokeballs and pitted in battles against other Pokemon. They can be paralyzed, poisoned, confused, and injured to where they too need to go to the hospital to be healed. Ghost types may even be able to die. Yeah, if there's one thing that certainly shows that they're not actual ghosts, it's the fact that even though they have been known to have extremely long lives, they can also die just like anyone else. In Sun and Moon, episode 73 features a Mimikyu that is born from the death of a Mimikyu, a ghost-type Pokemon. Then, in episode 125, Ash is transported back in time and meets a Trevenant called Elder, only to find the body of the deceased ghost Pokemon upon his return to the future. Okay, I know that these 2 examples were both dual-type ghost Pokemon, just like Gengar, Ghastly, and Haunter, mind you, but weren't pure ghost-type Pokemon like Duskull or Sinistea. And since Pokemon is made for kids, we never really see anyone bite the dust. But if they're not ghosts and are actually living creatures, many who can come about as souls that inhabit nearby objects, who can be injured and may be killed, what are they? What in the wide world of Pokemon are they? Taking in all of our observations, it boils us down to one clear answer. Ghost Pokemon are just simply whatever they happen to be made out of. You see, just like all other Pokemon who all possess supernatural abilities, from fire-spewing lizards to ice cream cones that can summon massive blizzards. Ghost Pokemon, just like so many Pokemon, are literally sentient forms of whatever they're made out of. It's only due to their own physiology that certain Pokemon, like most ghost types, outlive others by a lot. Like Ghastly, who's made out of poisonous gas, Sandygas, who's sand, Marshadow, that's a sentient smoky shadow, and Poltegeist, who is quite literally leftover black tea. Don't actually know how long that last one will last. It makes sense that some of these Pokemon's lifespans would greatly surpass other types. Even most rock types must live much longer than other fleshy Pokemon. Yes, out of all the Pokemon, ghost types are the ones possessing superpowers that seemingly can connect and interact with a person's soul and spirit that humans have labeled as being ghostly, but this is despite the fact that they're not actually undead ghosts or lost spirits themselves. Just look at the way they come about without breeding. It's really no different from non-ghost types such as Grimer or Trubbish, who are created from piles of sludge and garbage bags somehow coming to life. I mean, how does a pile of trash or toxic mud obtain a soul and become sentient, let alone collective gas? Really, this all points to something far more mysterious going on across the planet that goes beyond merely ghost Pokemon, that allows inanimate objects, trash, tea, rocks, gas, metal, ice to suddenly spring to life and have magical abilities. But that is an episode for another day. And for now, that's just some lovely science. Trick science! See you on the flip side.